Hello everybody, and welcome to today's vlog. I thought that we would vlog today. As some of you know, if you were on stream with me yesterday, which I think was the 29th, I am going to New York today for the very first time, and I know that we are planning our big Tokyo trip, so I thought that this would be a great opportunity to kind of do a little vlogging practice. But the most of today will be a voiceover, so you'll see clips and then me talking about the experience, but I wanted to vlog it anyways. So I'll show you the outfit and then let's get going because we are already running a little bit behind, but that's in true bad little angel fashion. Don't mind the mess I made on the bed over there. I was trying to get ready and I just threw everything everywhere, but I'll get that later. For now, this is what I'm wearing. I'm wearing a cute little necklace that I got from Target, a tie shirt, a little mini skirt, and some knee highs with some comfortable Vans. They are dirty because they're the ones I wear everywhere, but I'm gonna show you from the back because I have a cute little like aesthetic view, and then let's get going. I don't know if you can see my bow, but I have a little curly bow in. So we start our journey going through the tunnel that actually takes you to New York, which is actually so pretty. I always wanted to go into a tunnel like this. I've only been once or twice and I always think it's so cool. Also a little disorienting, but then here you start to see really when you start entering just like the outskirts of New York, all of the cool buildings. And I know that like graffiti normally represents like maybe people who might be going through a hard time or things like that, but I really love all the graffiti around New York. I think it's so expressive. It's just such another form of art. This shot right here really made me feel like I was in the Spider-Man games that I used to play as a kid. And this building, it was so foggy that it was so tall you couldn't even see the top of it, which I thought was so stinking cool. Do you see that bird? I was just in such awe by all the different heights of the buildings. Like I've never seen anything like that in real life in my like own life before, only in movies. And then like you always see kind of like construction pipes and things like that, and that really is how it is. It's just honestly it's such an experience and I'm so glad I got to experience it. Here's my first time going on a subway. I'm going into the subway using my Metro card, which was so fun. I was so happy to be able to do that for the first time. You have no idea. The people in there probably thought I was crazy. Like, I don't think anyone's ever been as excited as I was to get on this subway for the first time. But it was just really fun, honestly. I had such a great time. I loved seeing everything and experiencing everything for the first time. Even like these doors closing, I was like, oh, I gotta get this shot. This was the main subway station. It's one of the larger ones that we were in. We decided to head into Times Square for our very first place to go, and it was magical. I've only ever seen it in Glee, and it was just as beautiful. There was my first New York pigeon, y'all. I was so excited. My skirt was a little short, so I did end up having to buy some shorts, but they ended up working out absolutely perfectly. Such a steal for $12.99 at Old Navy, but I didn't want to keep pulling my skirt down because it is a mini skirt, so I just felt so much more comfortable. Here I am doing a little dance break. The music was banging in the fitting room, but now you can see like it's tight. It's not going anywhere. Guys, this is where they dropped the ball on New Year's. Can you believe that? Like, I was so happy to see that. I've always wanted to see that in person, and now you guys get to see it too. I'm so happy I got to share that with you, and now we get to experience this moment together. Look at all of the advertisements. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of Tokyo so much because that little heart bursting, they have things like that in Tokyo as well. Look at all the colors, guys. I was so excited. And those right there are the famous red stairs. If you have watched Glee, if you are a Glee lover, you know exactly what those are. And of course, you know, I had to go and get some pictures because I was living my teenage self dreams. You know, the people who shot in Glee were doing the same thing. They were standing here on these red stairs. And the girl with the shiny pants, it was actually her birthday and she offered to take pictures of me and it was so nice. And then I saw that truck with all the graffiti on it. I was like, I have to get that because it's just so beautiful. Like I said, graffiti is just such another form of art. This is Bryant Park. They actually have like free books for you to read, and it was the first patch of green that I happened to see in New York. There's that and Central Park. We did see Central Park, but we did not go. But what we did do is this tea around town. So it's basically high tea, which is like the fancy tea. And they take you around New York on a tour while you have high tea. And that escort is actually Grayson. He was an amazing singer, and you got to keep that tumbler as well. I thought this was so aesthetic, and the food was so good. It was amazing. I'm so happy we got to do it. Plus, look at this little aesthetic moment with my backpack and my water bottle. Grand Central Terminal. Did you know it actually hasn't been called Grand Central Station for 60 years? I didn't know that. Those sconces, mwah. Also, this was not in the correct order. We had them in a different order because that is not the way you do it. You're supposed to have sandwiches, and then you're supposed to have sconces, and then you have dessert, which is exactly how I did it. You'll see it in the end. Here we are. We're gonna have our first serving of sandwiches. I've always wanted to try these tea sandwiches, the cucumber ones especially. Of course, we had to lay it out all aesthetically. Look at that. I'm gonna try it. Oh, it was so good. I was so happy. You could see the joy in my face. I'm so happy we got to go. Here are a few sights we got to see along the way. There was definitely a lot of plants around, which I was super surprised to see. And that there is Radio City Music Hall, which if you are a big fan of Eve, she was playing that week in Radio City Music Hall, which I felt so honored to even be in the same area. It was amazing. It was amazing. Unfortunately, that macaron meant that the tour was ending, but that's okay because we got to go back to Times Square and go into Miniso. I've always wanted to go to Miniso, and I was so happy that my first time was going to be in New York with my first time as well. Look at all these Sanrio things. I absolutely love Cinema Roll, but my favorite is Karopi. I was so sad that they didn't have any Karopi, but all of this was just so amazing. They have everything you could ever imagine cutesy wise. The walls were decorated with stars and gifts and just all these cutesy beautiful things. My Mellow! And not to mention every character beauty supply you could ever think of. These Pokemon hand lotions were so cute, and all of the Hello Kitty snacks were just so undeniably amazing. Then we ended up going to a place called the Color Factory, and it was super fun. I didn't film very much in there, but I did take some pictures for you guys. I just wanted to enjoy the moment. I do recommend if you ever get the chance to go to do it. Here's some little videos and pictures that we got to take. It's very, very fun. All of these ribbons in the background, by the way, are an art installation of hundreds of thousands of ribbons. So it was just amazing. After that, we went to this place called Party, which is this amazing crane game place. It's supposed to represent like a Taiwanese market. I decided to try to get this Hangi Yoden pineapple plush first. I don't know if you can see him. And then I wasn't really sure what else I wanted to do. Look at the little cinema roll in the background. I also didn't see any Karopi while I was out. I'm mad, okay? I will be fighting whoever made that decision. Look at this giant cinema roll, guys. I cannot believe that they had this. I was so excited and I really, really wanted him, but alas, I did not get him. And you can see at the end of this clip, I was so sad that I couldn't take him home. I just wanted to hug him and love him. But that's okay. Look, I did end up getting this cutie boy though. I love Cinema Roll and I think he looks like a beautiful little prince. We did end up also checking out the gachas that they have, and these ones were so authentic. These pigs were so cute. I did also get this My Melody as well as the cinnamon roll. I know you saw the cinnamon roll earlier, but I wanted to show them together. That coffee tea was absolutely amazing. Unfortunately, after that, I was so tired, so we decided to leave. But I leave you with this subway leaving as a sense of symbolism. Thank you guys so much for being here for the first vlog. I love you so much, and I will see you guys all next time.